Got
it.
I was going to try to fail on my own.
All right, Mousy, where are you?
With a few other guys.
There it is. Got it? Are we got it everywhere? We are.
All right,
Welcome,
Mousy.
everybody. Are we Mousy? Yeah. So I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Looks like there's still a little turkeyed up and stuff coming in.
Weekend hit people hard.
Exactly. So you have to meet somebody new real quick. Say, if you're online, you got to direct message somebody, especially Ronnie Schivler. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. We see you on there. Yeah, he's there.
Happy birthday, Ronnie.
It's like Romper Room. And I see Fred and Joy and all that kind of stuff.
You're telling your age, Michael.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Everybody Google Romper Room later on.
Don't.
All right. All right, say hi to two people you don't know. You got 1 minute. Go. Hopefully you met somebody you didn't know already.
I'm sure she will.
So, how do we do all the fun stuff we do here at the office?
It's with our vendor partners.
It is, and we have a lot of them here today, don't we?
And we have some online I saw.
Oh, do we really? Cool. All right, so start them up.
Let's start from this side now.
We're changing it up. Start-
Adam.
So Adam McGrath with Comparion Insurance Agency, and I'm happy to report we didn't have any claims from exploding turkeys last week.
Oh,
We'll take that as a win.
That's good.
Not even for yourself?
Not even for myself.
Man, that's a good Thanksgiving. Okay, so go through Anton.
Yes, I'm Anton with Community Mortgage Brokers. Also, we're working through the holidays, not taking breaks. Let us know if you need anything.
Perfect. Derek.
All right, Derek Cheney, home loan expert with Mid-Missouri Bank, conveniently located right across the parking lot. So here for all your lending needs.
Great.
Long walk.
Yes.
It is, my legs are tired.
And did you say we saw some people online?
Christina? Does she want to speak? Maybe? I don't know. She's on mute.
She's the
If
lending
she
lady
speaks
for
from the
life.
ceiling, we'll find out.
That's right.
Hello, I'm sorry, I didn't know how to talk. Hi, guys, how are ya?
I've never heard her say she didn't know how to talk.
Honey, well, I just appreciate being able to be here, and I am so stoked about the Christmas party this weekend, and I can't wait to have fun with you guys.
All right, it's gonna be fun.
Thank you, Voice from the Sky.
Yes. All right, every week we talk about either our mission, our vision, our values, beliefs, or perspectives. This week it's our vision, which is?
To be the real estate company of choice for our agents and their customers. Are you leaving after you drop donuts?
I got stuff to do. I just want to bring some donuts.
Well, thanks, Matt. Matt can just brought us donuts, even though he can't say. How cool is that?
Cool.
So that is our vision.
See, that's culture right there.
That's cool.
I can't stay and eat the donuts, but I'm gonna let everybody else eat it.
Every Tuesday.
And you know,
Yeah, how kind of him, right? After
yes,
Thanksgiving.
and every week we have a culture winner. Somebody who that last week has exemplified the culture of KW. Last week's winner was Amy Amelia Coppins, and she's actually going on a cruise right now.
Do you want me to read it before you advance who it is?
Well, I've got a blank screen.
Oh, there
Oh,
we
see?
go.
Okay.
Okay. Where's she going on a cruise to?
Some Panama, I think. Panama. It's showing my age again.
I swear, too much Diet Mountain.
I like music from the late 1900s. It's nice.
Okay, so this is what Amy had to say about our cultural winner this week. I am so proud of this person for leaping out of her comfort zone to pursue both personal and professional growth. If you haven't met her yet, you need to make a point of getting to know her. She exudes positivity and confidence. She recently made the switch to KW after attending Bold because she knew this is where she could grow. I had the privilege of being at her Bold table and watching her eyes light up as she recognized the opportunity that was being part of KW Family Provides. Welcome to our family, Jennifer. You are going to rock it here. So Jennifer Strachey is our this week's culture winner.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'll get it.
Landon will
I'll go
get
get it right
you the Cephas Award, and here is your little army man you get to keep.
Oh,
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning.
The goal is to have your little army men all over. You get the traveling trophy for 1 week, and you get to keep the little one for forever and ever and ever. All
Jennifer,
right.
how long have you been with us now? A month?
Right at.
Okay, that's a new record. Have to get the culture award within a month of being here.
I would beat that years.
I know everybody's competitive.
Jim said he was 9 years. Speaking of Jim, what do you have for us today?
Rachel's gonna take care of everything today because the only, I did mention it to her, but I'm really grateful to all the agents who are doing their job with employment of broker by buyer agency. Because we've had very few fall throughs in the last 30 days, just very few. It's like reduced to almost nothing. So that means you're doing a good job on the front side.
And if you haven't been to team meeting for a while, please make sure you're attending contracts classes and you're getting your agency agreements. We do have those coming up.
Tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow. So Dawn has a seller's contracts class. And do we have a slide for CE?
Yes, it's coming
Okay,
up in the board site.
And Dawn's announcement, we will be mentioning here in a little bit.
Yeah, so November's almost gone. Can you believe it? We have 1 month left of the year. So basically, whatever you're doing for now is for 2024.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's already 2020.
Yeah, think about it
Maybe
that
you'll
way.
get 1 or 2 cash buyers squeaking in,
Yeah.
but mostly
It's always
2024.
great, like Miracle on 34th Street, to give a home for Christmas. So I think that's always important to do. So today we have the Entrepreneur Marriage Code. Kalen Hubbard's our guest, and he's gonna talk some during team meeting and tell you about the class coming up also. Command lead to close tomorrow, seller's contract. GSBR Christmas party on Thursday night.
It's not like you forget it. You're getting installed as
I
president.
know.
He's already wrote a speech and everything.
I've gone through it 3 or 4 times now, so it's about to get good. And in December, look at that, we have our own holiday party on Saturday.
Mhm.
And that's fun.
It is.
Yeah.
We have a photo booth this year, so
Yeah.
talk about crazy.
It's gonna be an insane, it's at Old Glass Place, and we actually have a slide on
Yeah, I
that
think
too.
we have a slide.
But all the December calendar is now out. It's on Facebook page. It's everywhere. So that's out. Another contract class.
Yeah, make sure you take a look at it whenever you receive this. So Tech the Halls, for those of you that were here last year, this is an event that Keller Williams Realty International is putting on for, and it's completely free. And it's gonna go through all through KW Tech and how to use it. So we will have an event down here, but if you can't, you can also join virtually for that. We do have our admin mastermind, but instead of masterminding, we're doing a breakfast. So if you are an admin or have an admin on your team, make sure you are able to come to the breakfast. We do have an invite out for that. And with coffee for closers. So we are doing another offsite mastermind. Jason's hosting it. We have a agent panel and an admin panel that we are going to be interviewing, and it'll be at Twin Oaks Country Club. So we will have an RSVP out for that. So please get us a head count because we have max of 100 people. And this is open to every single agent here in the
All
market.
brokerages everywhere.
We even have some non-KW agents on our panel as well. So we are expecting a large turnout.
And those of you online, you'll notice that it has the road routes on here, Metro Springfield on the 5th, I-44 on Thursday, and Highway 60 on 13th. So we'll be coming out your way with stuff and goodies too.
And also, I'm interested, I saw Shanna back there. Do you want to explain what Monday Morning Madness Tabata Legion is? That way no one gets like PTSD of thinking it's like
No, it's
working
not
out
CrossFit, guys.
right before the
No.
holidays
Yeah, no, it's, we're gonna get you in shape, lead gen style.
as you run up here.
Yeah, I was ready. We're gonna get you in shape lead gen style. So we're gonna do Tabata, which is 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off. Or lead gen, 20 minutes of work, 10 minutes of shake it off, report your numbers, go through, wins, whatever, and then get back into it. So what we've seen is little short spurts will get you there faster than when you sit down to do that 3-hour block and then you get up and you're like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, don't bother me. I'm doing my lead gen. 20 minutes you can commit to, right? And so we're gonna go through several rounds of this. We're gonna start with some conversation practice. It's gonna be fun. You definitely want to at least come one time and then lie to me and tell me it was great. So
It
I
will
need
be
that.
great.
And this will be where at?
down here.
Down here in the training
Down
center.
here,
So
make it easy for you. Just show up, and I can guarantee if you participate and you play all in, you will be in production.
So this is following off our dial days that we did a couple quarters ago. So even if you're not in Shanna's coaching program, please feel free to join, experience what Legion is about and how Shanna makes it fun. She has Legion every Friday in Nixa as well. So if you want to join in that, you can.
Yep.
It's always fun. So hit me up.
Yay.
Hit me up.
Okay, how many of you need a quick client event for the end of the year? Anyone? Anyone? Why don't you do family pictures? We have a backdrop upstairs and we do have some stretchers to get rid of the wrinkles in it. That's my elf suit. Can you see? I kind of like to dress up for the holidays. So just wait for Thursday night's party and for Saturdays. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, great.
But this backdrop is up there and you can do a client event and have people come in, provide your own photographer. We do have this cool thing to hold your phone, whatever height you need it. So you don't have to just be holding it, you can do whatever with it. But it's all set up in the command center upstairs. You can schedule that through Jimena at the front desk and do a quick client event. So we got that going. And then more info on the Saturday. Oh, she's already got it on there too.
That's the open house. So for the holiday party, please make sure you RSVP. Every agent can bring a guest with them, so we just need to know for food count. One of my deepest fears, because I was in the food, beverage, hospitality, is running out of food. And so that's never a good thing to have an event where we run out of food. So the more RSVPs we can have, the better we can make sure that I do not have anxiety through the event of saying, oh, I'm sorry, you took too much food off your plate. So
Scrape
please
it
get
back.
RSVP'd so we can get signed up. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you took too much.
Yeah.
So that way we can just have a appropriate food.
What if we put a scale at the end of the bar?
Oh, I don't want that.
And if you RSVP, please come, because we're ordering that much food. So don't go, I'm not gonna go after all. Yes, get out, enjoy the thing, have fun.
Yeah.
There's gonna be prizes.
We are gonna have some fun prizes.
Exactly. Also, we're in our winter of renewal team meeting series. We're on the 28th. You'll see we have 4 more things coming up. Next week, you may have got an email from a guy named Andrew Anderson telling about the series next week. He's gonna be talking about his book and sort of the growth and the strength from 2 different angles. Then December 12th, we're gonna talk some about next year, kind of get you all on speed with what we're looking at. December 19th is one of my favorites. It is the Ugly Christmas Sweater Team Meeting. So everyone come in the ugliest Christmas sweater you can. We'll go upstairs, we'll take a picture in front of the backdrop, and it's beautiful every year.
The hard thing about that though is if I wear what I think is a really cool Christmas sweater, but then you think it's ugly, that's hurtful.
And I've learned, if you're in the store, don't say something to somebody about, hey, great ugly Christmas sweater, because I did that once and they did not think it was an ugly one. I also complimented that person on their beard and she was very upset, so, no, not really. So, all right, going on. Guess what comes up
Oh
due
my gosh,
pretty soon?
every year.
I know, your board dues are coming up, somewhere in the range of $525 to $550. We haven't heard the exact total yet, but every closing you have from now till then, you can use what's called your family reunion savings account to put some back to get prepared for that.
Yeah, and you can put it on your commission statement. If you have questions, see Landon and he can get you taken care of.
Yep, but we don't want anybody to go, oh my gosh, I forgot that was coming. We've been telling you for several weeks. It's technically due January 1st. You can pay by January 31st. After February 29th this year, it's late. And then your license has to go back and then all your listings go under Jim Bolin and he's very appreciative.
You will be our top agent for the next 3 months.
February, I'm waiting.
This month.
Yes. Ah, this is a play video. This is less than 4 weeks, no, 8 weeks away. Okay. And not only Mel Robbins, since this was created, let us go past it. There we go. There's a QR code for it. They've now added,
Tony Robbins to it.
and did they add another one last week? I saw
Uh,
another author listed too.
Oh, I thought you were about to make a joke about Baskin Robbins.
Oh, yeah, they said Baskin Robbins and some
Tony
of the-
Robbins and Mel Robbins.
Yeah, but family reunion is gonna be here quickly. Hotel rooms are selling out pretty quick.
Yeah, they are.
But there's a lot going on with this. It is one of the best things. And like we said last time, you need to go to these things to get filled up because we as humans, we get all energized and then it leaks out of us. And you gotta go get filled up again. That's why it's important to keep going back to these things to learn how to run your business and your life. So I think, yep, Nicole's so fast, she's already got the QR code out there too for that. And there's a Millionaire Real Estate podcast going on. Have you listened to any of them yet?
Oh, yeah.
The one last week with Mo
Mhm.
was apparently, it went to the top of the podcast charts or whatever the charts
Mo,
are.
Kimberman, Kitty,
I don't wanna watch that video.
Gary Keller's already been interviewed as well.
Jason Abrams here. Everyone knows that I
Jason, we're going past you. So this is for the podcast on that. This is a great thing as you're driving somewhere in between appointments. So make sure you take a look at that. It's another great thing to help you grow. Speaking of grow, Tech Time with Nicole. Nicole, what do you have for us today?
Yeah, so I wanted to just talk more about Tech the Halls because we are going to be having an event down in the training center next Wednesday. It starts at 9 a.m. for us and it's over by 2:30. Lunch will be provided, but let's all hang out together. Bring your laptop. So if you see something that they're talking about or you want to try it yourself, then that way you can with me there if you need any help with it. So I'm really excited. We may have some giveaway items. I'm working on that right now. So we will have a blast in the market center. Just doing Tech the Halls.
One of the biggest advantages you have is the Keller Williams technologies. One of the biggest disadvantages you have is if you don't learn how to use it, because then you're behind the game and you're not using it to be the best you can for yourself and your clients. So this is a great way to get a lot of it crammed in. A lot of it's zoomed in from KW all around the country, isn't it?
All from KWRI.
Got it, cool. Okay, so that's next, that's the 6th. That's gonna be a great day starting at 9 down here. Okay, stats for last week. This is crazy. I have not seen that few go under contract in 1 day or less in probably 2 or 3 years. The last several weeks has been 20 to 30. It's like everybody took off for holiday, all the buyers, all the sellers, and most of the agents. So all the numbers, if you compare to the week before, were way, way down, which I think is good in some ways. We need a break, we need some family time. But that means now you gotta gear up to get your year to end strong. But that number was crazy. We were hitting 70s and 80s of houses that went under contract in 1 day or less, last summer. So that's just kind of fun on that it's changed that much. And don't call people you're not supposed to. Do your lead generation, but do not bring lawsuits against anybody. And here's the comparison to the same week last year. So the ones I like to look at, new listings for Soma was 178 this year. It was 312 last year. Am I looking at that right? Yeah. Look at that crazy change. That's why I say it was a draft. It's like everybody had family time and not much was going on. Then GSBR, 112 new listings compared to 131. So GSBR listings stayed a little closer, but it was insane how much that changed. And closings were down a lot, like in the North counties, there were only 2. And this means from new listings. Okay, so it's a little skewed the way you look at that. But being the end of the month, this week, it's gonna be huge. I'll bet you it goes up crazy from what we see, because they always stack it at the end of the month. And active listings as of yesterday, 1,573. We've started the winter downtrend, like at the lakes where they draw down for the spring to get ready for the floods. So that's kind of what's happening. It went down a little bit, but still, we are way ahead from the last 2 years. I really think by March-ish, we're gonna be hitting these numbers, the 1700s. I don't know why, but I just have a hunch it's gonna go up to that. So it's just another thing it's important to know as you're talking with your clients and anybody you're dealing with, because everywhere you go, they ask about real estate stuff.
Yeah, and to go off script a little bit, I mean, so from our market center perspective, we have 2 kind of agents here. We have agents that are very numbers based. And they say, if I see the numbers, I know exactly what's going on in the market. And I have some agents that I talk to that they're like, I don't necessarily care about the numbers, right? They say, I'm not a numbers person. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think the reason I hear sometimes within KW or out when I talk to other agents, it's, well, KW is always focused on numbers and growth. Well, and that's the only metric that we can see from an agent's perspective of how we can best support you. If we have a conversation and you just say, hey, I'm not really a numbers person, I tune you out every time we talk about numbers. Okay, but we have to find some way to know we're gaining traction. In the last 5 years, we haven't seen a change in the market to where it's caused agents to think more and more about their business or the intentionality behind it. We're seeing agents now that have to do twice the work in order to make the same amount of business that they did last year. And by doing that, you're going to create market share if you can keep your units the same. But that's why we always talk about these numbers. It's not just because we want and we're saying you have to grow. It's creating an awareness around it so you can better educate your clients. Because right now we're seeing a lot of clients not necessarily making a move because they don't have to, right? They're in their 2% interest rate home and they don't want to do that. Okay, so how can we help you build your business or make the money that you set out to make so you stay in the industry? And we hear sometimes that agents like, well, it's really great at KW for newer agents, but KW is great for all sorts of agents because we have top 20%, top 10% agents saying the market's different. I need to figure out how to navigate this because I haven't had to do this in the last 5 years. And that's why it's so important to come to a training, to get plugged in, to learn about these numbers, even if you're a numbers person or not, because we need to figure out a way to move forward. We can create a plan of what that's going to look like. Or if you're a numbers person, we need to find the emotion behind it. Like, what is the emotion of why you're setting out to get this number? So it's two sides of the coin. And this is where, when Mike pulls these numbers and we talk about the numbers, it's really to help you grow, to ensure that you came here for a reason of saying, I want to create this life by being in real estate. And it's our job to help you get there. Just like if you were going to the gym and you needed a trainer, it's your job to show up, but we're going to help guide you there. And we're gonna help keep you accountable, and we're gonna talk about the different things that we can do and how you can change and what you can add into your business. But ultimately, it's you. And at a market center level, that's what we're here for, is here to support you all in your business and your individual goals. Because if you're winning, we are winning. And that's why we're here every single day, is to help you win, regardless of what it is.
The numbers are the only way to look at it, but I always tell people, remember, every number is a name or a family. It is not about the number. That just helps. Like right now, yesterday, there were 1,573 families that were investors or somebody that said, I need to sell a house. And that's what we're here for, is to help them through this big transition in their life.
Yeah, and it's just always important to tie it back to that, because there's a reason why. Just like you all got into real estate, there's a goal that you have that you want to achieve by being here. Maybe it's more flexibility, maybe it's more time with your family, maybe it's an uncapped income potential. Great, let's identify what that is and we can create a plan to get you there, but we just need to know what that is. And sometimes in the moment, you may not know what it is, right? You don't know what your gap is, or you don't know maybe what is you're looking at. And so that's our job, to help create clarity around that through our needs analysis and sitting down with you and saying, why, what's the difference? And even if you've been in the business and you say, okay, a lot of my business is fear and this is what I'm going to do. Well, a lot of your sphere probably aren't gonna have a transaction here soon, because maybe they're in the same boat where they don't need to sell. So you're gonna have to meet people outside of your sphere in order to gain the business, to gain the traction in the units, to create the income goal that you have. So there's plans around it. There's a playbook for it. We have a 170-page playbook for that, whatever your lead gen source or whatever that may be. So if you're out there on internet land or out here and you have questions about, like, where do I go from here? Let us know. That's our whole goal of being here. So we can be the connecting point from you and where you want to go. And maybe it's you're struggling with this, or you need to create a business plan, or maybe it's just an accountability partner. Like, I have someone in here that it's my accountability partner now, that I'm going to see her once a month at a training now. She's told me that, so now I know. Sheila Johnson said at Greater Heartland, hey, I'm going to do Bold 100. Great. Now you've told us. Now we can help you. So if you have any questions or you need help, our doors are always open. Well, we share the same door now.
Our door is always open. Could you tell her passion though? I mean, Rachel wants to help you build a bigger life, and it's so cool to watch the way she does that. In fact, she was featured on a nationwide growth call yesterday to get to talk about what Bold did in our market center here. So it's just so fun to see her passion and her desire to make everyone, her goal in life is to not have to ever say no to something, to have the financial means to say, yes, if that's something I want to do, I want to be able to do it. And that's what she wants to do, is help you find what your passion and why your big why.
Yeah, exactly. And so whether you're a numbers person or you're not a numbers person, great. There's a plan and there's a way to create a path for that. We just need to figure out which lane you're in and what way we need to go.
Absolutely. I love it.
Sorry, I went off script there.
No, that's perfect. That is awesome. Okay, back to boring stuff now. Realtor slides for the week. This is the one Don wanted us to share with you. There is a continuing ed class coming up, December 12th. It costs $35 to get CE credit for it. So if you're not doing anything from 9 to 12 that day, you got this in your email Sunday night, go ahead and get ahead on the CE, because everyone's gonna have to have it done by.
If you're a broker, it's June 30th. If you're a salesperson, it's September 30th. And you'll have to make sure you get your core credit, which I believe they're changing that from the ethics to fair housing, from my understanding. So you just need to make sure you understand that. We'll send more information out at the beginning of the year. However, if you have a little bit of extra time now, might as well knock it out before we hit busy season again.
Absolutely. All right, there's a lot of stuff we got through.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yay. So this week's focus, today we have a guest coming up I'm actually teaching the class today called the Entrepreneurage Code. And it's like, number one, that's a hard word to type, because every time I typed, I did it wrong. But Kalen Hubbard, along with his wife Jessica, co-own 4 of their own businesses. He's a real estate investor. He enjoys co-raising one future entrepreneur at a time. I like that. Talking about, I assume that's about kids, right? Or is that anybody in general?
Not at a time.
Not at a time, no, just one.
At home.
Yep.
Progressive
just-
lenses
just
suck.
one.
Aggressive one.
No, we're a triangle family, one and done.
With all these enterprises and life happenings taking place, Kalen still holds tight to the belief that with right intention and tools, anyone can prosper in both businesses and in relationships. After establishing a successful real estate career alongside his wife, this former teacher turned real estate entrepreneur and auctioneer.
See, yep.
So he does the RPAC auction each year at the board event. He's now empowering and equipping other entrepreneurs with the right strategies and perspectives to master the worlds of business and life. When he's not out speaking or at one of his workshops, you can find him enjoying nature, hanging out with good friends and family around a campfire, or catching sports on TV with his wife. So please welcome Kayla Hubbard.
And this is just a snippet of the full class we'll have today. So you won't get enough. You need to come back.
Yeah, so we have
Bring a
class
friend.
today, 1 o'clock, right? Is that right, Mike?
Yes.
1, right? So 1 o'clock, we're gonna dive into what we call the entrepreneurship code. So yeah, entrepreneurship, kind of a weird word, entrepreneurship and marriage. So we all know that being an entrepreneur, being in real estate creates a very unique lifestyle that we live in. If you look at divorce rates across our country, they're not great. We're just aware of that. Divorce rates amongst entrepreneurs, they're worse. Divorce rates amongst entrepreneurs going into any type of shifting market, take a wild guess. Yeah, so we've created this class to talk about how this unique lifestyle affects home and how it affects marriages at home and kids at home and all the different things that go on outside of the transactions and things like that. And the cool thing about the whole matrix of being an entrepreneur and being a good spouse is if you're running a great business, if you're being anywhere some kind of successful out here, you have all the tools in the world to be a great spouse. You have all the tools if you'll be intentional with them. You can communicate, you can learn, you can set goals, you can evolve. If you take those things that make you great at being a realtor or being a mortgage lender or whatever that is, you can go be an amazing spouse. So the class is all about using some of these business tools and being intentional in your relationships outside of real estate, whether that be with your spouse, whether it be a long-term committed relationship, whatever that is. We're gonna call it entrepreneurship, call it entrepreneur-relationship. Let me workshop that one a little bit. Yeah, I don't know about that one. But what I call an entrepreneur is any marriage out there that has at least one entrepreneur in it, whether it be a mortgage lender. I've taught this class and there's been plumbers show up, couples that ran a gym. And it's great for any relationship that has at least one. Anybody in here work with their spouse? We have a couple, okay? Any in here have a spouse that is a W-2 employee, goes kind of a salary 9-to-5 type? You guys live in very different worlds at times, yeah? That creates a very unique relationship at home. So this class is great for all of those scenarios and different things like that. We're gonna dive into, like I said before, some of these divorce stats. These are somewhat dated. The research shows that all of these for the year 2023 have bumped up. So we're gonna dive into that. We're gonna talk about sudden divorce syndrome, which is a very unique term that has come about in counseling and divorce circles in the last few years. And the percentage of those that happen will blow your mind. All right, so be here for that. We're gonna talk about how to end up over here in the forever endeavor. Any Randy Travis fans in here? Forever endeavor, amen. Thank you. I coined this and then realized that Randy Travis went through an absolutely horrible divorce not too long after he made that song. But it's still a great song, I promise. I promise. It's a great song. But it did not end well.
He didn't take your class.
You know, he did not. He hasn't, still, no, yeah. So, this is a very interesting marriage out there that a lot of people find themselves in, a hostage marriage. So we're gonna talk about, those types of those things. It is it's very interactive, but don't be intimidated by the interaction. It's very safe. It's very, well, of course, I'm biased. I think it's intriguing, but it's very real. It's very customized to real estate. I was in real estate for several years after I got out of teaching. My wife was our broker. She was our CEO. I'm probably one of the few people that get to say my wife hired me. And I'm very proud to say that. I was in teaching. She hired me to join her in real estate, and we worked together. So we've gone through for a while, she was in real estate and I was a school teacher. So I had the W-2 salary. She was in the wild world of real estate. Then we were both in the entrepreneurial, working in the same business. And I was our lead listing agent. She was broker, CEO. Now, we still have that brokerage, but she's creating an online company and I speak full time. So now we are both entrepreneur in two different worlds. So we've kind of gone through all those, and we're going to talk a little bit about how those worlds collide and how they interact. So that's 1 o'clock today. I always tell this to realtors. I promise, we will not go more than 45 minutes without letting you see your phone. Promise. So it's a 2.5-hour class. There are breaks in between. And so we will let you still do business along the way. Anybody have any questions?
Any outside people?
What's that?
Plumbers, lawyers?
Anyone.
So
Yeah.
it's great for, I see some affiliates and vendors in the room. You guys are more than welcome. I did not run that by leadership. I just made the decision. You're more than welcome.
Yes.
So, I mean,
He's an entrepreneur.
yeah, I mean, you're across the street, or if your name's on the wall, or you're on the slide, I think you get to come. So, can't wait to see you all. Yes,
Is it gonna be online?
it's a great question.
Yeah, I won't be able to make it here, but I can.
Are you okay if we Zoom it? Or,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay. If you're okay with it, then we can Zoom it to our team members.
right on.
Okay.
Want to record it and sell it?
At the bottom of every slide, it'll say entrepreneur marriage is trademarked by blah, 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 blah. So, good luck. Please don't. But yeah, then Zoom, that'd be fine. If you want to bring your spouse, it's great to have your spouse here or partner or whatever that relationship looks like. They don't have to be here, but it's great if they are here. Things like that. I'll give a plug. You said something about client events. I had a real estate team hire me to come do this class, and they used it as a client event. They're a big team out of Dallas, and they are going to, their team is hosting like a 6 o'clock cocktails, like maybe it was like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I don't know. But they've invited all of their sphere that are small business owners, and they're using it as a client event for their sphere. And they said the phone calls they've gotten to, I don't know, however that sentence should work. I taught numbers, so I taught math, not words.
The conversations they've had.
The conversations they've been able to have, the phone calls they've been able to make, they timed it with Bold as well. They're at KW. And so they're like, yeah, we're knocking out 20 calls a day, no problem, calling all of our people and inviting them to that event. So if you're looking for that and you want to talk, be happy to talk about that. So there's that.
People can't make it to the afternoon class, how can they contact you?
So you can find me on all the socials at Kaylin Speaks. So that's Kalan, Kaylin Speaks. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all those out there. We got some cool content out there. So love for you to find me there or come to the class. So great questions, by the way. I was not expecting cool, awesome questions.
And if you have trouble finding that, just email one of us at leadership. We can get you in connection with them too.
Yeah. So, yeah, 1 o'clock today. Be there.
today's team meeting, we knew it'd be a little bit shorter because of the class coming up this afternoon. Please try and get, use it right now. As he said, contact some of your clients even. Anybody you want, I think we can fire code wise fit 72 people in here. And we've gone over that before, but dang, this being recorded.
Glad you said it, not me.
That's right. So, but this is gonna be a great class this afternoon. I love that idea of doing a client event with it too. So, we always end with this. What are your action items? I would think, come to the class. That'd be a good one, wouldn't it?
Stay married.
Stay married. Yes.
I'm a hostage.
One of the biggest financial changes. What'd she say?
Have a hostage.
It's interesting. I've never heard that before, but that's pretty good. I've seen a lot of people in those marriages.
Accurate.
Yeah. It's a shame.
The divorce rates are crazy, but if you looked at the rates of divorce and super unhappy marriages compared to the forever and ever, it's not fantastic. So we're gonna work on staying over here in the good end.
Forever and ever.
Amen.
Yeah. And someone tell me, we're talking about this and they said, real estate's going through a shift, we got change in the markets, the quickest way to lose half your assets.
It's the divorce. Yeah, it is easier to fix what's there. Because, enough said there. So, all right, one more reminder, holiday party this Saturday. Like the first week I was at KW back in 2019, like the holiday party was that first thing I went to. And I'm like, holy crap, I've joined somewhere pretty cool. This is fun. So it's different. If you've ever been in another real estate party or any kind of corporate party, this is different. You're gonna enjoy it.
And as we head into 2024, which is so crazy to think that we'll be in December at the end of this week, let's start thinking, if you haven't set a time to do your goal plan for 2024, let's have a conversation of what that can look like and how we can break it down. Because the thing is, if you don't have a plan, you have no idea to gauge where you're at. Even if it's just a very simple plan, at least you have something written down for that portion of it. So if you have questions, reach out to Mike or myself and we can get a time scheduled for that. When we know that, it's this famous old saying, when production is low, drama is high. And when production is high, drama is low. So as we go through a changing market, we're gonna see a lot of agents that maybe aren't doing the activities they need to, and it's gonna get a little messy for them. So that's why you should come to the class today, so you feel a little bit more prepared at home if you're feeling a little crazy around, but then also in the market. Just put your head down and keep working. And if you have questions of what that looks like, let us know. Come to Tabata. Promise we won't make you work out. And then you can be a part of that as well.
And I think sometimes you all as agents think you're bothering us when you come in. Our goal is to meet with 40 of you a month. So that helps us. Don't think, well, they're busy. No, that's one of our goals is we want to try and reach out and help at least 40 agents a month with some kind of goal setting or just, question on whatever.
Nicole can help you with the tech side. Landon can help you with the P&L portion of it. So if you don't have a P&L, we're getting ready for tax time. It's the perfect time to meet with him and we have an Excel template you can use to plug in your numbers and he can help you. I know Brian Fisher, I think, was consistently meeting with him to go over the MREA percentages of where it says your business should be in line to where he's at and how they could have a strategic decision or kind of plan around that to get those more in line. So never bothering us. Yes, Jim?
You sent out a statistic. I saw it yesterday somewhere about the listings had increased.
39% month over month.
I think
From
look at that
October.
now.
Yeah,
Let's go, let's
so
go.
part of the call was from Bolt. And so when we looked at our numbers from October of last year to October this year, our listings taken percentage had increased by 39% month over
No,
month.
that's our KW numbers. That's not board.
Yeah, that's
numbers.
our local numbers here. Like our listings taken number had increased 39%. And so as we're looking at a windshield view, what's gonna happen in the next 60 to 90 days? Then the conversations is gonna become, what kind of expectations do we have? Did we price it right? How do we go back? And how do we make sure it's gonna sell at that point? Because we can take it, but we wanna make sure it also sells too. So we did see a large increase in that, with that, and contracts written also increased. So we're having the momentum and we just need to continue those activities as we move into 2024.
In other words, good things are happening. You got to plug in to enjoy them though. So, all right. Thank you all for being here. Marriage, entrepreneur marriage and entrepreneur relationship. 1 o'clock right here.
It will be on Zoom, but we would rather you be in here.
You always get more out of it
Here.
when you're in Zoom. So, thank you.